Like I've said some things that just didn't make no sense because I responded too fast, because I responded emotionally. Then I look back, one of my friends, my girl Kaya, she was on the podcast before. She told me one day, she was like, "You're always changing." And I was like, "You're right, because I'm always growing."
You gotta take respect. If you want anything in life, you gon' fall a couple times before you get it right. You see, it's beauty in the journey. Lot of turns, lot of obstacles. That's the best part, to see anything is possible. Doing what I want, with who I want, and when I want. I call that freedom, truth, life, and I'm the leader. All we get is one life. Treat every day like your last. Tune in every Monday, Truth Life Podcast.
Let me set you free.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Truth Life Podcast. I'm the host, Tyren Johnson, professional basketball player, currently playing in France. In this podcast, we take respect until freedom. Freedom, that's what life is all about. We call this Truth Life. Today is episode number 83, and today's topic is how to control your emotions. Now, this is a big one for me because I used to be a guy that really couldn't control his emotions. I was a guy that was super sensitive, super emotional, mainly in part because I was raised around women. Just being honest, I was raised around a lot of women, and I was taught to be super sensitive to a lot of things. Now, my mom, my sisters, my aunties, my cousins, they all taught me how to respect women. They taught me how to be a respectable human, but they didn't teach me how to really go into the world as a man. I didn't get that till I got to college and I met my mentor, and he started teaching me how to be a man. More, when I say these two things, I'm talking about more traditional roles. He taught me about my principles and morals, and what I learned from him was that he was a very successful man, but he wasn't very emotional, right? Now, he was in tune with his emotions, but he wasn't emotional. He didn't react to certain things. He didn't respond to certain things. He just kind of played it cool, played it like a boss. I respected that. I loved the way he went about life. And I see the difference between him and the difference between me. I was stuck in my emotions so much that I was holding myself back. Whereas he was taking life by anything that was thrown at him, he was adjusting and making logical decisions. The reason why I brought up I was raised around women and then I met my mentors, because traditionally the woman has been known to be the more emotional creature and the male has been known to be the more logical creature. So I want to say that. Now, if you disagree with that, that's cool. If you agree with it, I think you know where I'm coming from. But have you ever said something out of anger and then later regretted it? Like, I've said some things that just didn't make no sense because I responded too fast, because I responded emotionally. Then I look back, one of my friends, my girl Kaya, she was on the podcast before. She told me one day, she was like, "You're always changing." And I was like, "You're right, because I'm always growing." And I would notice 6-7 months down the line that the way I handled a certain situation wasn't proper. And I wouldn't handle it that way today. So I don't bash myself for doing what I've known. I make adjustments and I get better. And today I don't respond impulsively. I don't respond emotionally. I listen, I digest, and I take my time. Sometimes that can be a few minutes. Sometimes that could be a few seconds. Sometimes that could be a few days. Sometimes that could be a few months. But I'm not responding until I fully understand what I'm talking about or how I'm about to react. I just take it all in, because emotions are powerful. Emotions are some of the most powerful thing, one of the most powerful things in life. You know, you can be a slave to your emotions, or your emotions can make you a legend. You know, you can play sports with emotions. You can be emotional in sports. So, and when you're playing with him, you both got a risk and both got a reward. If you're too emotional and things are going bad, it looks bad. You hurt your teammates, hurt your coaches, the fans are viewing you. And if you're emotional and you're winning, it looks amazing. This guy, he represents the city, he represents the team, he's a great teammate. So it goes both ways, man. Everything has a risk and everything has a reward. Soon as you can gain control over your emotions, though, you'll become a Super Saiyan. You become mentally stronger, man. Whenever you can control your emotions, whenever you can really look at yourself in the mirror and be like, no matter what happens, I'm going to stay even kill. Like I did a whole episode upon being even kill, because that's the most successful people that I know, is the people that stay even keel. They don't get too high. They don't get too low. Whenever they're winning, they stay humble. Whenever they're losing, they don't let it kill them. They just stand even keel. It turns you into a Super Saiyan. First topic I want to talk about, man, is not sticking in your feelings. Like, get out your feelings. Like, whenever you get it in your feelings, you become a slave to your emotions. And I know so many guys that waste a lot of their time, a lot of their potential, because they're in their feelings about things that they really and truly can't control. You know, I know some, like, being a part of basketball, being a part of a team for a job, you will get some guys want to take the leadership role. And sometimes that's not a good idea, because sometimes guys are ordained the leadership role, whereas they've been on the team for a certain amount of years, they're a certain age. It doesn't matter how long you've been on the team. It doesn't matter how old you are. Some guys are leaders and some guys are not. Out here on our team, we had this guy named Lamine Sam. He's from France. He's born and raised in France, but he's from Senegal. And he came new to our team, and he was on the team the first year. As soon as he walked through the door, I think he came a little bit later. And as soon as he walked through the door, everybody like respected him. He was the leader of the team. We had a captain, but even the captain knew that that was the leader of the team. Now, the public might have not known that, and the staff and stuff might have not known that, because in France, the way they select captains is a little weird. I won't get into that. But for the most part, everyone knew when Lamine came, we was ready to play. So our team became a reflection of Lamine. Lamine was never emotional. You would never really catch Lamine down. You would never really catch Lamine high. Lamine's a very religious guy too. He was always helping. He was always doing the extra things. He was always just making a play when we needed it. You know, he balanced us out. And so whenever our team, we were dominant. We was a balanced team. We played hard. We played hard nose. If you ain't playing hard, Lamine's going to check you. Kept everyone in line. And I love that, because, you know, me being the best player on most of the teams I'm on, I can't really do that sometimes because guys take it the wrong way. And I'll be over emotional sometimes. And I'm not consistent. Sometimes I want to talk. Sometimes I'm in my feelings. That's something that I have to work on. Lamine's never in his feeling, because he's a born leader. I'm a learning leader. I had to learn to be a leader, and I've gotten better at it. But you got guys that's just older and they call themselves a leader, and they're talking in the locker room. Some days they want to talk. Some days they don't want to talk. So sometimes they say 1, 2, 3 team. Sometimes they say 1, 2, 3 team. No energy. Like, that becomes a reflection of your teams. Now sometimes your team want to play. Sometimes your team don't want to play. You feel what I'm saying? Because their leader is inconsistent. Leadership is huge. A lot of times coaches are the leaders of the team, and they micromanage the situation. And I always say in sports, a coach really can't be a leader of the team. A coach can be a leader of the everything in totality, but the leader in the locker room is more important than the coach. The coach puts us in a situation to be successful, and we got to follow and respect his rules. But the leader of the team has to be in the locker room. And a lot of guys think they're leaders, and they're just not leaders, because you guys ain't consistent enough. You don't put in the effort. You're not working hard enough. You're not giving your body up. No, you're not a leader, bro. You're just old, or you've been on the team for a long time. That's why most of the time I shut up, because I know that I'm still working on this. I'm getting better at it, but I'm not qualified to be a leader, because you got to be the example. You got to be the example. And I wasn't mature enough. And sometimes even today, I'm still not mature enough to be that leader. But I'm getting there. I'm getting very close, because I've learned how to just stay even keel. I've learned how to tune certain things out and not get my feelings involved. And another thing is, you got to realize that managing your emotions isn't the same as suppressing them. Ignoring your sadness or pretending you don't feel pain won't make those emotions go away. I've seen guys, man, I'm gonna get quiet. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm done. I'm not speaking to you for the rest of the year. What? Like, bro, say what you gotta say. Get your emotions off, because whenever you try to act like you're not in your feelings and you just go quiet, bro, you are lame. It's immature. You childish. I did that my whole junior year of college. I didn't say nothing to nobody. I wasn't talking to nobody. I felt like I was disrespectfully on the bench. And I wasn't getting no opportunities because our team was crazy, man. We had guys that had uncles. We had guys that had godparents on our team. And I just didn't get a fair shake. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get on the court, son. So I was always in my feelings. And one thing I always did was I always respected our coach, because, man, they gave me an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So I always was like, bro, y'all babies, man. I always respect the coach. And we was playing in New Orleans, I'll never forget. And one of the guys came in the locker room. He was crying. I went off on him. And coach came in, and it was my fault. Coach came in at the wrong time. It was my fault. And he just cursed me out. Well, not cursed me out. He asked me what's wrong with me? And I went off. Everything that I was feeling for the last 5 months came out. They're like, what are you even talking about? Where did that came from? Because I've been holding everything in for so long. This had been balling up in me for so long that when he told me something, it all came out at once. And I think I was about to get cut after that game. I stayed on the team. I got lucky, but because I got very disrespectful, but I would have gotten cut because of something that I had been keeping to myself, because I didn't feel like I had an outlet at that school. I didn't feel I can talk to anyone. Even today, bro, you can go to that school. I'm probably the only player in the Sun Belt that was the player of the year that don't have at least one picture around the school. I don't if you see my name, it's probably mentioned in little black print, but I don't know what it was about my school, but I just didn't get that type of respect. I still love my school dearly to this day, and I'm always going to support them. But I just never understood it, so I will hold all this in, and it all came out at one time. You got to get that out your system, bro, because what's going to happen is your emotions going to control you. And when your emotions control you, you're a slave to your emotions. You just start reacting, and sometimes you ain't even reacting. You reacting to something that don't even make sense at the time. Quick ad. If you get a chance, go to TyrenJohnson.com. Check out the website. Check out the new ebook, How to Make Them Pay. Definitely subscribe to the podcast channel. You got some merch up there. You got online basketball training up there. You can let me be your mentor. Sign up for the coaching program. Whole bunch of things. TyrenJohnson.com. Simple website. Very direct. Go there. Check it out. Lock in with the boy. Okay, so here's 3 ways to gain better control over your emotions. Label your emotions, reframe your thoughts, and find the mood booster. I've done a little research. I found these things, and I've pretty much done this myself. So labeling your emotions, give your feelings a name. See, if you're nervous, check yourself. If you're feeling nervous, what's that feeling like? Do you feel disappointed? What's that feeling like? Are you sad? All that can help you understand what you're truly feeling, because sometimes it's not even that bad. It's just you're feeling a feeling. Once you feel that feeling, then you move forward. You get to journal it. You get to note it. Whatever way you want to save that, save it so that you can start understanding that, okay, I'm feeling like this. This is what I need to do. This is how I need to make my adjustment so that you can move forward, because you don't want to get stuck there. And you got to reframe your thoughts. If you're happy when coach says he wants to talk to you, you may think he's about to compliment you. However, if you're anxious and coach call you over, you'll be afraid that you're about to be fired. Take a step back and look at yourself from someone else's perspective. See, a lot of guys, whenever they're doing well, coach call them over. They know it's about to be some some happiness. It's about to be something. He's probably about to stroke your ego. But if you know you've been up and down, if you know you've been in your feelings, you know that you've been bullshitting, you know that you've been taking players off, you ain't really been taking the job serious, and coach call you over, you nervous, you anxious, you're afraid that you're about to get fired, you're afraid that you're about to get benched, you're afraid that you ain't about to have a chance. All of these things come into play because you know that you haven't been being 100, you've been in your feelings. Reframe your thoughts, man. When you reframe your thoughts, you can really just go out there and be yourself. Take that emotion. You feel some type of way, embrace it, but get it out. If you feel some type of way about a person, tell that person. You feel some type of way about a play, tell that play. If you feeling some type of way about everything, you got to get out of that situation because now you're a slave to the situation. If you don't like, I'm using basketball references, but you can use that as, you can use any job. But if you don't like the plays that the coach is talking about, if you don't like the city that you're playing in, if you don't like the travel arrangement, if you don't like the gym, if you don't like the fans, if you don't like the balls we playing with, if you don't like the gym we playing with, bro, you need to find another job because you just going crazy because all of these things are emotional responses. And it's not logical because the logical thing will tell you is, bro, you playing professional basketball. You have achieved one of your dreams, something that you have been working so hard for since you was a child. And now you get here and you worried about staying in the Hotel Ibis? Or you get here and you worried about coach calling certain plays? Man, I never worried about coach calling plays. I don't give a damn what the play is. Somebody gonna miss. I got a chance to get an offensive rebound. I don't give a damn what the play is. Somebody gonna mess up. I'm open. I'm shooting a three. I'm attacking. Somebody gonna miss. I'm running the court. I'm getting plays in transition. I'm setting hard screens. I'm doing whatever I gotta do because I ain't getting no plays called for me. But I'm not about to sit around and be in my emotions, complain to coach, complain to the teammates about not being involved. No, I'm gonna let them know. Look, I want to be more involved. This is how you can get me involved, and we can work like that. If they disagree, no problem. I'm still gonna find my way. Just reframe your thoughts, bro. Go about it from a different angle. And you gotta find mood boosters. Scrolling on the gram, isolating yourself, being by yourself, not talking to people, complaining to your other friends. That's gonna put you in a low level state, man. You're going to remain in the same spot. What I suggest you do, this is something that I do daily, is go for a walk, meditate, or listen to some music. Do some things that make you happy. You know, it might not be listening to music. It might be painting. That might be drawing. Whatever that is for you. For me, it's music. Do that. Get out your feelings, because whenever you take a deep breath, you'll realize that it's not as bad as you thought. It's just not. But hey, man, managing your emotions get tough sometimes. You know, you'll gain confidence in your ability to handle discomfort while also knowing that you can make healthy choices that shift your mood. You got to stay even keel in the game, man. My teammates rely on my energy. If I'm up and down, the team's up and down. If I'm one of the leaders of the team going to be up and down if my energy is up and down. My emotions are always in it. I got to stay even keel. I got to make sure that I'm on my P's and Q's at all times, because people rely on me. And bro, life is short. Figure it out. Get uncomfortable with yourself. I mean, it's tough. I can't lie, it's tough. I'm not even going to try to find a nice way to say it, but controlling your emotions is tough. But figure it out. Make it a priority. If you like this episode, please subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Share it with your friends. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Subscribe to the podcast. Also, check out TyrenJohnson.com once again, man. But besides that, I'm going to leave y'all like I always leave you. You got to make them pay every day so that one day you can live a truth life. I'll see y'all next week.